Okay, so pons, first you shall divide the pons into two portions. One is the lower pons, another one is the upper pons. And before that, the student should know what are the cranial nerve nuclei are present in pons, and in medulla last 4 cranial nerve nuclei are situated. So 9, 10, 11 and 12. So in the pons, next 4, the previous 4 are 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so these 4 cranial nerve nuclei are situated. First you should know that. Then we'll move on. You can see in the center, that is your abducens nerve nucleus, that is your 6th nerve nucleus. Down to that you are having your 7th nerve nucleus, that is your facial nerve nucleus. Now the fibers from the facial nerve nucleus, they take a turn, wind around the abducens nerve nucleus and comes out. Okay, when they take a turn, it means take a bend over the abducens nerve nucleus, that forms a bulge, that is called as facial colliculus. So facial colliculus is the fibers of facial nerve winds around the abducens nerve nucleus. It is called as facial colliculus. It is also called as internal genu. Genu means bend. Okay, like 1, 2 MCQs over. Then the third one, see the abducens nerve fibers are coming out, and down if you see in the pons, you are having the lower basilar part and the dorsal tegmental part. Okay, these two parts are there. The down colored one is the basal part and the top one is the tegmental part. And then the basilar part, if you see, the abducens nerve fibers are crossing that and then comes out. And the basilar part, most importantly, the student should know that they have the pontine nuclei. Okay, pontine nuclei. So from the cortex, cerebral cortex, the fibers are coming down. Cortico, ponto, again they are going into the cerebellum. So this side you will be having the middle cerebellar peduncle, through that it is going to the cerebellum. So the fibers are named as cortico ponto cerebellar fibers. So the MCQ is middle cerebellar peduncle contains cortico ponto cerebellar fibers. This is the answer. It's a very important MCQ. Next thing is, if you go back, here the facial nerve nucleus is situated here. Just opposite to that you have another one nucleus that is called as spinal nucleus and spinal tract of trigeminal nerve. This spinal nucleus and spinal tract is a sensory one and facial nerve is a motor one. So the motor nucleus is attracted towards the sensory nucleus and then it is sitting nearby. This kind of phenomenon is called as neurobiotaxis. Okay, this will be asked in the viva. And then everything is simple only. Then the important thing about the lower pons is 2 important syndromes you could see. The most important one is Millard-Gobler syndrome. It means you can see the shaded area. So shaded area, what are the tracts will be involved? 6th nerve fibers are involved, 7th nerve is involved, and then corticospinal. From the cortex, the spinal cord, that fibers are also coming. So 3 areas will be involved. So the 6th nerve, it supplies the lateral rectus. So lateral rectus palsy will be there, and then 7th nerve, facial palsy, lower motor neuron type of facial palsy. Why lower motor neuron? Because its lesion is at the level or inferior to the level of nucleus is called as lower motor neuron lesion. One side of the face will be affected. Okay, so this is about, and contralateral hemiplegia. Hemiplegia is because of the corticospinal fibers are involved, which is present in the basilar part of the pons. So this is about the pons. And very important, another one frequently asked question is pontocerebellar angle. This is the angle where you can see the 7th nerve, 8th nerve and flocculus of cerebellum. All the 3 are situated here. So this is about the cerebellopontine angle syndrome. And then next one is, if there is any lesion or pontine hemorrhage, the very important one. Important feature of pontine hemorrhage is pinpoint pupil, and the second one is pontine hemorrhage feature is hyperthermia. That thermal regulation center is there in the hypothalamus, so it got cut off from the thermal center. So the patient will be having hyperthermia. These 2 are the important features of this pontine hemorrhage. And then this is the upper pons. Upper pons, you will be having the same features here. Nicely it is given. See, look at this, small round structures are called as pontine nuclei, and then the transversely running fibers are called transverse pontine fibers. And here upper part of the pons, we have seen the 7th nerve, we have seen the sixth nerve, and of course eighth nerve I told near the cerebellopontine angle. And then here the only one nerve which you can see in the upper pons is your trigeminal. So trigeminal nerve, the trigeminal nerve has a motor nucleus and a sensory nucleus. Both nucleus you can see here very well, but another one nucleus is not seen here, that is your mesencephalic nucleus of the trigeminal nerve, which is present only in the midbrain. So this is a very important MCQ. Mesencephalic nucleus of trigeminal nerve you cannot see in the pons section. Okay, this is one MCQ. Next MCQ is, you can see something called as trapezoid body. The trapezoid body is nothing but the decussation of the cochlear nerve fibers. Okay, cochlear and vestibulocochlear, everybody knows that cochlear, it means eighth nerve nucleus. The cochlear fibers coming from the cochlear nucleus, they decussate and forms a trapezoid body. Very important MCQ. This trapezoid body ascends up. Up means what is there above the pons? Midbrain. So when it ascends up, it forms the next level, it forms the lateral lemnisci. Okay, so medial lemnisci, you know, that is formed by the internal arcuate fibers from the fasciculus gracilis and fasciculus cuneatus, that is proprioception. And spinal lemnisci is due to the decussation of the spinothalamic tract. And the third one is lateral lemnisci, it is the ascending fibers of the trapezoid body, that is by the from the cochlear nucleus. It is a nucleus of hearing. Okay, cochlear nucleus. So these three. And then fourth is a trigeminal lemnisci, it is formed by the trigeminal nerve fibers. So the four nuclei nicely you can see here. You can see, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nucleus are seen. Okay, these are all lemnisci. You can see they have written the lemnisci. So each lemnisci, how it is formed, the student should know. And then in the middle, MTR is there. M for medial longitudinal fasciculus. It means whenever somebody calls you by the name, you will be turning. So your third nerve oculomotor, fourth nerve trochlear, and the sixth nerve abducens, all the nerves will be, your eyeball will be rolling, and then eighth nerve you should hear, then only you can turn. So eighth nerve, and the 11th nerve you are moving your neck, sternocleidomastoid. So these all the nerves are interlinked, that is called as medial longitudinal fasciculus. That is the MCQ. And then tectospinal tract and rubrospinal tract. T for tectospinal tract. Tecto means colliculus, that is present in the midbrain, we will see in that section. Rubro means red nucleus, that is also present in the midbrain, we will see in that section. That's all about the two sections of the pons. So pons, this much is enough, I think.